bench is right. Earrings are good. Bobos are cool. We need a feel, but that's okay. Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffy Starchild, and as always, I am very, very excited, and that's because today, Marvel has finally dropped the Avengers 4 trailer. This has been such a long time coming. Typically, when it comes to movies, I don't want to be that hype. I don't want to know too far in advance because then I have to wait for a super long time. It doesn't do good things for my anxiety. It makes me really like nervous and anxious and impatient. I don't want to wait for it. Let me know that the movie is going to come out like a month before it happens. Clearly, with this series, with the MCU, we've been waiting for this for a super long time. By the way, if you haven't seen Avengers Infinity War, stop watching this video. Go rent it. Go visit a Redbox. Go borrow it from a friend. Get off of YouTube. You're behind. But ever since that movie and the ending from that movie with Thanos, Marvel's pretty much just left us, you know, blowing in the wind. So we've just been ripe with anticipation waiting for this trailer, and then there were different delays and all kinds of things happening where they said that they were going to release the trailer. They've had to push it back a couple of times, but it's here. They dropped it at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just really excited. I have never recorded one of these before. So much is new on my channel, and I'm still learning how to do things. So I've never recorded like a reaction, so I'm gonna see what format works best. I'm gonna be watching it here on my laptop, and I'm gonna see if I can include the actual trailer. I don't know what the rules are regarding that, if it's gonna get the video pulled down, what's going to happen. So we're just gonna go forward and kind of see. Before we get into it, please remember to subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on those notifications so you can know exactly when I post, and then you can also follow me on Instagram at Tiffy Starchild. Let's do this. Ah, I'm so excited. I'm calm, I'm good, I'm ready. It's just a movie.
If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end. Just for the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago.
I'd be pissed.
Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'll be it. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do. He wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
We lost. All of us. We lost friends. We lost family. We lost a part of ourselves. This is the fight of our lives.
This is gonna work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
It has to. Y'all got sequels.
Is anyone home? This is Scott Lang. We met a few years ago at the airport in Germany. Got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
Ooh, okay. No, don't play it again. I'm not ready for that to. Okay. I'm just I teared up, but I didn't cry. Like, I'm proud of myself for that. There's a little bit to unpack from it. Tony being caught out in space and just knowing that he's going to die. And I mean, I don't know if you caught that, but he said that food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen is gonna run out the next morning, and he's recording a message to Pepper. My thing is just like, so what's gonna happen with that? He's recording it on his helmet, so is he hoping that like eventually one day he'll be found and eventually that'll go back to Pepper? Like, does he have Wi-Fi out in space and he's like transmitting it down to Earth somehow? I don't think so. I mean, I guess if you know that you're about to die, and if I had my phone with me and I knew I was gonna die, I don't care who's gonna see it. Like, I'm going to record something. I would record something to someone I love. I would. What would I say? What would be my last message? Delete my browser history. We didn't see any of the heroes that died. We didn't see any of them. And not that I expected to, but we didn't get any of those action shots of like, oh, and that makes sense. Like, I don't know why I was maybe expecting that a little bit, or because, you know, I guess typically with trailers, like, you see some of the action things that are going on, but this was a lot of slow build up, a lot of what are we going to do? Like, it didn't tell us a whole lot as far as what to expect from the film, except we're gonna get some kind of conclusion. I don't feel like, obviously, I don't think that everyone that died in the previous film is going to stay dead, and that's just because we know that several of them have sequels that are on the way. They can't stay dead, although you never know with Marvel. Sometimes they'll be like, it's a sequel, but it really happened decades before all of this stuff, or a few years before all of this stuff, so you really don't know what you're gonna get. But I don't think that they're gonna pull any of those tricks this time. I really do feel like we are going to see these characters move on from this moment. So I'm not so much worried about the people that we've already seen pass away. I think that, so I think that the majority of them are going to come back. I don't know if all of them are going to come back, but I think that we have to be concerned about the heroes that are still alive, the ones that survived the snap and now have to fight Thanos. I don't know how reversible death is. Like, if you're in possession of the Infinity Stones and you're all powerful, would you then be able to reverse death no matter how it came about? And I'm thinking obviously about Loki and Gamora, who died well before the snap. Are we gonna see those characters again? Is everybody going to come back? Like, someone, I think, like, you can't have a big film like this and not see some of those heroes die. I think I just talked myself out of being like pretty okay with what was going to happen. But I really don't know. Not everyone can live. Not everybody's gonna survive. I know Mako better survive. I know that much. Folks that I definitely want to see stay alive: Black Panther, Shuri, Okoye, Nakia, everybody from Black Panther. And while we're at it, all of the other Black people that weren't necessarily in Black Panther. Everyone Black, I just want them to live. Thor, Tony Stark. To be perfectly honest, like, Captain America is not my favorite. I didn't really care for him in comic books either. And then just something about him in the MCU, he's really irritating. And that went back to when he found out that Bucky murked out Tony Stark's parents and wanted to keep that secret. No, like, I don't care if that's your boy. If you knew that he killed my parents, and this has been really troubling me for my whole entire adult life, and it's basically what has formed me as a person and what drives me, and you knew that it was your boy that killed my parents and you didn't want to say nothing, not only that, but you wanted to protect him from me because you knew he was wrong, you ain't Cap, and your morals are questionable. I don't like Captain America. He could die. Scarlet Witch, she could die. I don't like her. And you know why? I haven't liked her since that whole thing in Nigeria at the beginning of Civil War. I just feel like, yeah, she was new at her powers. Yeah, she was still trying to figure things out. But you don't send the explosion into the building and just kill a whole bunch of Africans just like that. And shut up, bitch. But you know what? I also might be a little bit biased. It's not her fault. Elizabeth Olsen's face just reminds me so much of her sisters, Mary-Kate and Ashley, and I feel personally victimized by them. It has nothing to do with Marvel, and of course they don't know me personally, but they still refuse to return to do Fuller House, the sequel to Full House that's on Netflix. They just refuse to return for that, and I just feel triggered when I see Elizabeth Olsen's face, because the genes in that family run strong. She looks too much like her sister, and every time I see her, my feelings just get a little bit hurt. That might not be her fault, so I might need to re-examine the way that I feel about Scarlet Witch. But that bull In Nigeria, those feelings still pretty much stand. I don't like you. And I definitely don't want to see. Was that a rumor? Was that just a rumor? Was that just a fake thing about her, how her and Vision were gonna get a television show? I can't wait to not tune in. Black Widow, I would love to see Natasha survive. Just because she's really dope and I really like her as a character. Did I already say Thor? Because Thor definitely needs to live. I want Loki to come back because without him, Thor would be sad. But that's pretty much it. Those are the real characters that I have like strong opinions on whether or not I want to see them live or die. I think it felt more like a teaser than a trailer because there's not a lot that you can reveal. If you see people fighting, obviously, or running towards the battle, you're like, okay, they came back. So I understand that they can't give us too much, but it's just, I hate waiting. Ant-Man, that was a big surprise because obviously at the end of that last Ant-Man movie, he was stuck in the whoop-de-woo space. That was a surprise for me to see him there and a little bit of that comedic relief. I'm glad that we have that. Ooh. Did we see Bruce Banner? Where the Hulk? You know, it's very interesting also that they didn't include anything about Captain Marvel. They had nothing about Captain Marvel in that entire... I mean, like, clearly, like, we know that she's on her way, but I wonder why they chose to omit, like, any part, like, even just a silhouette, something to get us hyped. Like, maybe... I'm not sure why they didn't do that, because it's not a secret that she's gonna have a big part in what takes place next. She's probably gonna be, maybe she's the one that rescues Tony out in space as well, or at least delivers his message to Pepper. That would have been dope to see like something from her, but maybe I don't know. Maybe their first plan is going to fail terribly before Captain Marvel gets there. Now I have so many questions. I went into this thinking like, man, they sure didn't give us enough. They really didn't give us anything to go on, but I think in that like, that lack of information, now there's just so much more speculation that can happen. I'm filled with more questions after seeing that trailer based off of what they chose to omit. One thing I did notice, and maybe I'm reading into it a little bit, but at the beginning title, it had everything like disintegrating and drifting away like, you know, people did when they died. But at the end of it, when they finally had the title and Avengers Endgame, all of those pieces were coming back in to form the Avengers A. And I think that's really symbolic of what's about to go down. Ah! Ooh! Ooh! See, no, this is why I don't like to feel excited in advance. I have things to do. I can't afford to get distracted by this, but this is gonna be on my mind. What's going on? What's happening? Why are we doing this? Who's gonna live? Who's gonna die? What happens to M'Baku? Thank you so much for watching my video. Please let me know what you think of the trailer and what your thoughts are on who's gonna live, who's gonna die, what's gonna happen, where's Captain Marvel, where's the Hulk, like what's going on, and don't Thor look good in a hoodie? That man could wear whatever he wants or nothing at all. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, and also follow me on Instagram. You guys have a great day. I love you, and I'll see you next time.